I'm Lee, welcome back to the channel. We fixed that, well we didn't fix that TV. We had a look at that TV in the last video that I'm going to send down to my stepson. It was only 25 quid, but this is a remote for it. I don't think it's the official remote, but it does work. But we got problems with our buttons. The power button is not working. And we got some others that were all a bit sticky, not working properly. So let's get this apart, see if we can fix it. Right, in case you didn't know, you can point a remote at a camera, press a button, and you'll see the laser or the infrared flashing. This is going to constantly turn on my other Samsung TV in the house. So if you didn't know, you can get the camera up on your phone, and if you point your remote into the lens, you can see the infrared flashing on and off. Right, so if I press the power button on here, get nothing. You have to press really, really hard, and then there you see it. Same with button 1, not doing anything. 2 works. 3, nothing. My other TV is going to constantly keep coming on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're all working. So we've got some sticky ones up in this top corner. So let's try and get this apart. Let's take the batteries out. See if we can fix this. TV's coming on again. Right, so there's not going to be any screws in here, is there? No, nothing. So this is going to be one of the ones you're probably going to end up damaging a bit on the edge, especially if you're using like a screwdriver or something like that. If you've got something plastic that's sort of pointed, it might help you, but even these can't really get in there. See all that skin coming out there, that's beautiful. So yeah, you've got the join, you need to just try and get something in there really, and most of the time it's not possible. If you can get a corner started, you could use like the blade of a Stanley knife. You just want to try and get a corner out or apart. Once you've got one corner started, you're pretty good to go. But they don't really make these things to come apart. Probably are going to dent a bit of plastic, but there, once you get in, get a corner, leave it up. Once you get like one corner apart, you'll probably find this is now going to pop apart easier. I mean, if you're going to use something metal, try and use something that, you know, has got a decent sort of edge. It's not pointed, make sure it's like large, because then you can sort of wedge it in there. You're not going to damage the side as much as if you're going to use like a, you know, sort of a pointed screwdriver. You get that in there and start twisting it, you're going to dent the edges up. Once you've found a technique, like wedging this in here and going along with this blade, it does become a bit easier. There you go. Once you get it going, once you get like a little technique and it starts to come apart, it's just a bun to get it started. I've just noticed a little screw down in there. Sometimes there is just one little screw. Ta-da! Right, that's the hardest part done. No screws holding this in there. Just got some like little clips at the side. So just get under there, pop that out of the clips, and we are out. Can we spot anything up here? So our power button's the one on the left. And it's not looking dirty. I can't say there's anything sticky in there. If you've got a phobia to other people's dirty skin and dust, put some gloves on. I'm not sure whether it has just got a little bit of crud on that. It looks quite clean. It looks like there's maybe something sticky on it. It's not going to look too bad. But I think there's definitely something sticky on there. So if we look at those other keys that are working, 3, 4 and down here, it's not so bad. They look nice and sort of a matte sort of colour. Again, just there, looks like there's something sticky in there. Right, so all we want to do really is give this a clean up. Now you can use anything you like. I've done one of these, cleaning these remotes before, and I used like my alcohol, my isopropyl alcohol. That can take some of the carbon tracks on, take some of the carbon off. This is literally like carbon. They're on the back of the buttons and on the keypads. And if I wipe them with, IPA, let me do a bit up here. If you wipe them, you can see that that has got a black dot on it. That is actually, that's not dirt, that is taking some of the carbon off. Let's try the other side of this one, hang on. Let me spray a bit in there. So you just want to be careful if you're going to use IPA, because you're actually taking carbon off the pads. There again, little black dot on those ones. Not everyone's going to have isopropyl alcohol. So let's get a bowl of warm water and washing up liquid. Right, soapy suds, there we go. These two plastic parts with everyone's skin and dust on it, you could just chuck them in your sink. Give them a little wash around or wherever you want. Go and hose them down outside if you don't want that dirty old skin in your house. Right, so just get yourself a little cloth. I've just got a little lint-free cloth on here. And if you're going to do it this way, you're going to need a hairdryer or something afterwards, or put this on a radiator. It's going to need to be bone dry. You cannot leave any water on this board, or you're going to start rotting the traces and stuff on there. So yeah, nice bit of water, get it nice and wet. And just wash away. Now you know water and electrics don't mix, but that's why you need to make sure this is perfectly dry afterwards. That's all it is. We use warm water in case any of this is sticky stuff. I mean, it's not really looking dirty. It's not like the IPA that's going to take some of the carbon off. Yeah, give our LED a little wipe down. So that's it. That's about that. It for that. We'll give it a quick dry off, and we will get I'll get me hot air on that just to make sure there's no water left on that whatsoever. And the same with our pads. I mean, I usually stick this in the sink, get a toothbrush and just give it a good old clean. You know, you can get in between all the numbers and the pads and everything. And then you can also do the same with the back. Just use a toothbrush, don't go nuts. If you do see stuff that's sticky on there, you know, just do enough to get that stickiness off. So I mean, what was it? Our power button and number 1 wasn't working at all really. you'd need a herd of elephants to make that power button work. You've got to press that hard to turn it on. So that's it, we'll just do all our buttons. Again, you want to make sure this is perfectly dry. Use a hairdryer afterwards. I shall clean this nicely for my stepson because he's a germaphobe. He won't like other people's skin in his remote control. Surely not. I was brought up when you used to drop a sweet on the floor, pick it up and still eat it. Some of you might think that is absolutely vile and disgusting. But it's not. Drop it on the floor, give it a quick blow, there's no hairs on it, shove it in your mouth, it's great. And I don't get any colds or anything. I've got a good immune system. Right, so that one's clean. So, you know, you can just get a towel or something and dab it down. But yeah, we want to make sure this is perfectly dry as well, because we don't want the water on the back of there then going onto our circuit board. Let me go and give these a quick scrub down in the sink. Alright, look at this. Fluff and dust everywhere. Oh no, it's disgusting. Wipe that down a bit. We don't want to put our clean things on here. Right, 1, 2. Look at that, super shiny. Not a speck of dust in sight. Comes up a treat. Hot air. Get yourself a hairdryer, or if you're like me, you've got a hot air gun. Change the temperature, get the temperature down to about 100 degrees. That's not going to melt anything. Right, so all you're going to do, you're holding your hairdryer, whatever you've got, something dries, leave it on the radiator. Just want to make sure this is perfectly dry. Right, now, once you are happy you have got everything bone dry, let's just do a quick test. Make sure when you're putting these batteries back in that the edge of these just go into the slot you've got down there. Where's the bloody light? Yeah, there's just little slots down on there. You want to make sure your battery terminals go down into them basically. So they're sort of held in that side there. Right, so just pop some batteries in there. I think these ones work okay. Now we can just rest our buttons on top. Get them in the right position. Right, let's press our power button now. Oh, where's my lens? There you can see it's working just by a simple tap. And the TV comes on.
They are ageless. You're right, but these are.
If you find that you've got a button that isn't working, right, yeah. So if you've got a button that isn't working, I've got some copper tape laying around. This is like or slug tape. You can buy like a thick roll of it. I've only got a little bit left now. But, you know, it's got a sticky side and a copper side, obviously. You can just cut yourself a tiny little triangle out of there and stick it over a button. Because sometimes these little bits of carbon on these buttons do work out. It's just like a thin layer that's stuck on top of a bit of rubber. They can get worn out or come away completely. So you can stick just a bit of copper tape or even a bit of tin foil. Get yourself a bit of tin foil, a bit of glue on the pad. Let me show you. Let's just stick a bit of copper on here. So if I stick a bit of copper on the power button, there you go. You can see that's turning on. Just trying to get it in the right place. There you go. It's turning the TV on again, even though I'm nowhere near it. So yeah, that or tin foil. And then line it up. And this should now be the easy bit of just popping it back together. Like I say, you are going to get some damage at the sides where you've dug in, but you can always get like a bit of fine sandpaper or the back of a blade and just rub down it. Probably going to make it worse, but just get some of them rough edges off there. Doesn't matter too much. At least you've got a working remote now with no dead skin in it. Ah, yeah. That was a shotgun now, it's much better. Yeah, there you go. You see me press the buttons. There we go, we're all working. Just go around, check all your buttons. Guide buttons a little bit sticky, but yeah, there you go. That's it. That is all working, and that is how.
Good luck. What's the plan, Rick?
Turn it off. I know, it's like it's turned it back on again. So that is it. Hopefully that was a nice and quick one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learnt something. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.